Now we are going to learn Art Kasina. Art Kasina means a type of meditation. Looking meditation, it is called the Art Kasina. But we have to explain why we should do this practice. In this world, what mostly needed, importantly needed is peace. Peace in our individual life, peace in our national life, peace in our international. Today world is strife. There is war in the world. There is no peace in the family life, no peace in the individual life. So we need this peace, very much important. We know world has developed producing capacity of food, producing capacity, communication system, scientific, medical system also developed other than many times of the past, but still we cannot get the peace and freedom from suffering. Before we're going to learn this art meditation, we need to know four noble truths. Truth of suffering, truth of origin of suffering, truth of extinction of suffering, truth of the path leading to extinction of suffering. I'm telling you again, truth of suffering, truth of origin of suffering, truth of extinction of suffering, truth of the path leading to extinction of suffering. There is a suffering in our human life. Suffering is common to all. This is the first truth, first noble truth of this world. What is this? What is the suffering? Life, born, birth is suffering, aging is suffering, disease is suffering, decay is suffering, death is suffering. When death will come, when aging will come, then grief, lamentation, despair, and there is another type of suffering, association with unwanted. And this association with wanted also suffering. We want to live. We cannot live whom with we want to live. We have to live whom with we don't want. This is the common suffering of suffering, and this suffering for everyone. And this from where this suffering comes, which is the origin of this suffering, we don't know. According to this practice, we are in the big fire. Fire is coming out. Fire is ignited in our body. This fire is in our body ignited. Origin, we are living in fire, but we don't know. Our six base of senses, the ear, the eye, the nose, the tongue, and bodily impression, you can say skin or tongue, and other type is mental door. From these six door, eye door, ear door, nose door, tongue door, this, when we see something beautiful, loving, we want to have it. If we cannot eat, if we do not have it, then when we see something beautiful, agreeable to eyes, something smell, agreeable to nose, we want more and more. Fire of greed comes out. And this greed, if we do not get it, then fire of anger is come out. Then we lose our senses. Delusion seized us. From this delusion, we forget what is right, what is wrong, what is just, or what is unjust. That's why when we smell something, when we taste something, when we feel something, if it is good, we want more. That means fire of greed come out. And from that fire of greed, if we do not have it, anger come out. From the anger, we burn by the anger fire, and our all best things, good things, merits burn. From them, delusion come. By the delusion, by the help of delusion, by the assisting of delusion, we lose our all senses and we do right, wrong. We think right as a wrong, and wrong as a right. That's why our body, our whole life is burning in the fire of greed, anger, and delusion. But one thing is very interesting. When we see something beautiful, and if we do not get, it is natural, the anger will come out. But it is the problem when we get it, when we manage to get it, then also another type of fire come out, that is anxiousness. Some things, people think that whether anyone will take my beautiful things by any other people, envy comes out. From this envy, anger come out. We are entangled in a big tangle. When we have it something, when we get something, then also we burn in fire. When we do not get something, then also. When we possess it, then we feel doubt to other, whether this man will take my beautiful house, whether this man will take my beautiful car. Success and unsuccess makes you both. Makes you go trouble. You fall in trouble. When you get success, you think that my success will be damaged by others, and you envy other people. From then, you also burn in fire. From this, and you want to think in your mind door, in the sixth sense base, ear door, nose door, tongue door, eye door, physical and mentality, you want to think beautiful things, but in your imagination comes bad things. Dreams do not come as you like. That's why, on the other hand, what is your why the things for which greed has been come out, this is also impermanent, and that makes you suffering. The feeling in the morning you have got does not last longer. This is impermanent, and that's why we feel always in suffering. We feel suffering, and it is unmanageable too. These three things, everywhere you can judge with three things: what we see, what we touch, what we feel, what we see here. These are impermanent. That's why we suffer. This is suffering, and all these are unmanageable. According to text, it is said all that component things are unmanageable. and liable to change, death and decay. In our mind, when we see something beautiful object, with the help of our eyesight, this comes to contact with the beautiful things and our eyesight. With the help of light, we see something beautiful. And a type of feelings born in us, that is, we want to, that is called craving. This craving is a type of fire. So how we shall this, we came to know truth of suffering. We came to know truth of origin of suffering. Origin of suffering is our sixth sense base. From this sixth sense base comes the feelings from the contact, eye and beautiful object, sound and our hearing power. From this object and our hearing power, when it comes to contacts, then a type of feelings comes out, which is impermanent. And we run after them. When we get, then envy comes, and anxiety comes, anxiousness comes. And when we do not get that, then anger comes. From the anger, we lose our senses, our right and wrong, and that is the delusion. And in our body, there is 89 types of formation. These 89 types of formation are feelings of love, feeling of hate, feelings of envy, feelings of greed. These are the formation. Like we form a committee, like we form a society, many things are involved. And it is all these are conditioners. This is called, there are 89 types of sentiment. These sentiments are conditional, for a time being, and accidental also. That's why we need to know. We need to know the true nature of the things, and that's why we need to concentrate our mind. To concentrate our mind, first we need to know man like very restless cannot learn this. So we need to concentrate our mind, to steady our mind. So that's why we need the meditation. There are 40 subjects of meditation. Some people do are breathing out and breathing in. Some people do the meditation seeing the water. Some people do the meditation seeing the earth, seeing the and feeling the air. There are many types of 40 types of meditation. We are now going to learn the art meditation to steadify our mind, to steady our mind and to concentrate. And if our whole body is, our mentality, our vocal, our speech is not purified, if our mental is not purified, if our body is not purified, then we cannot make our body. We cannot know we cannot know what we should know. First, we should need to purify our body and concentrate our body mentally and physically. That's why we need to steady our mind by the help of Art Kasina. Now we are going to learn Art Kasina, how it is done. This is called Art Kasina. Actually, this is a disc. To make a meditation, Art Kasina meditation, you need a plate of regular size with which we eat food, and If available, the flat plate is very suitable for it. You need some clay from anywhere, and this clay will be smeared on the plate, and up to 1 inch or more, or this size is okay. Now I have done, you can see it is in screen, and this is put on the plate, and you have to put it. It is on the level where you will sit for the meditation, and if it is 4 or 6 inch high, if it is placed on the 4 or 6 inch high, it will be, vision will be very suitable. If it is keep you too much away, and your vision eyesight will be this problem. That's why you will need this up to this. Maybe you can say 1 feet, near about 1.5 feet, 1 feet and half a feet will be okay. And you sit like this, cross leg, and you can, as you in your comfort, you can sit, put your 2 hands like this, or you can put here also, and your this backbone is do not make so much crook or so much straight. If you make it so much straight, you will feel tired, and if you make crook too much, and these things will become very, and you have to sit in this way before you doing this, and your Kasina disc is prepared, and you need to purify yourself, bodily purification, going to bath and wash your hands, and you need to put a piece of cloth as a boundary of your meditation area. So now I am going to wash hands and feet. Then only then your Kasina session will start. After washing your feet and hands, you will count your step. 1, 2, 3, 4. Up to bed, I need 4 steps to come out, and then I prepare my sitting as a boundary of the meditation, and I will sit here. I need 6 steps to sit to the place from bathroom to my sitting place. It took 6 steps. This after sitting comfortably, you look at the disc, Earth Kasina disc. This is round shape, and you now eyes open, now eyes shut. You look at this Kasina disc and try to memorize it, and in your mind silently say the earth, the earth, the earth. Not like me. You need to make sound and memorize it. But in me, in inner discussion, I am saying earth, 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 and trying to memorize the shape of the art disc. In this art disc you will find somewhere is convex, that means little high, somewhere is low, concave, convex, and there is some stretches, and somewhere is, and this color, and I am trying to memorize this shape, only the shape and the color, and some whether I'm matching the memorized art disc with my mental disc, whether it is matched or not. Sometimes the meditator, in Pali it is called yogi, sometimes yogi will see a silver disc in his imaginative disc. Sometimes he can see golden like, sometimes moon like shape. It is not the correct one. You have to see in your imagination like the real object, and try. When you cannot do this within one session. You may need, some may need 10 days, every day 10 minutes, every day 15 minutes, every day 5 minutes. By doing this, you memorize it. And when you will, your maturity, your remember it will be perfected, then you will find in your imagination like this real object. And sometimes you will, by opening your eyes, but don't open your eye too wide or too close, too narrow. That if you do the narrow your eyes, you may become drowsy. Or if you open your eyes too much wide, then your eye will ache. You will get pain in your eyes, and your meditation will be disturbed. After doing this, you must do every day 5 minutes or 3 minutes. This depends on your merit. If you have good merit, you can do it by 1 session or 2 sessions or 3 sessions. Some people need 1 month, some people need 15 days, some people need 5 days. Every day 1 time in the morning, and you need a silent room where people do not disturb you. And when you are doing this, you must purify yourself by when you are perfected, you will see, when you see that without seeing this object, if you see this real object in your imagination, your meditation is well perfected. It is getting progress. Without it, you can do anywhere, everywhere, because Art Kasina is going with you. When you have memorized these things, and when you see in your imagination the disc, like the at least nearly look like this, you think that your preliminary Art Kasina is perfect, and you need not the real object now. Now you can do your meditation anywhere you go, everywhere you go, inside room or outside room, or in the garden or in the park. You can do this, and you must guard this sign so that you do not forget it again. You learn this, memorize this like a student when we learn some map of some country like this. And in this moment, it is very interesting, we lose something and we gain something. We have gone to washroom, wash our hands and feet, comes and sit here, cross-legged. When we sit cross-legged, my leg, when we are in the silent, in a silent room, alone, our bodily actions are well purified. And we do not speak to anything ill of others. We are not criticizing anyone. Then your speech is already purified. And your mentality, which was used to go here and there, come to a concentration on the earth. And the mind with which you are looking at this disc, the mind with which you are trying to put on the disc, it is called the applied thought. And then other things around you may disturb, of past and present. In your imagination, your office may come, official work, you have seen something outside in the past. That pictures may come in your mind screen, which is disturbing your meditation. And with the mind, you are trying to expel this. Is called the sustained thought. You are trying to put longer with the mind with which you are trying to put your mind longer. It is called sustained thought. And from this thought, your mind is attached to a piece of disc which is made of earth, and which is, by seeing it, no greed is coming out in. No anger, no greed. Because your mind is on such a thing from which greed do not come out. When greed is not coming out, anger is not following you again. Because we know from the greed comes the anger. And when there is no anger, so delusion will not come. Which is, this delusion makes a man compelled to do wrong things. When your mentality and physical action, your vocal action is well purified. From the purified knowledge and from this sustained thought, and now you in your mind, there will be feelings will come out. It is not like a test will come out. It is not like the test you have tested ever before. This is not an object which will make you greedless. But now you will feel how this greedlessness is. You feel what is angerlessness is. You feel what is a delusionlessness. And your mentality, this is the purification, purified mind, test of purification. This is, some people call absorption. Your mind will test a thing. This absorption is some people call it rapture. This rapture will spread in your whole body like a piece of dry cotton when touched with a oil. Then and there, this oil is spread on the dry cotton. Your mentality, your physical and mental body will be spread this type of rapture. Rapture means extraordinary glad. And this glad is coming from, not from sensual contact. This is not through the eyes, not through the ear, not the sexual test, not like the physical test. It is the test of purified. And you will be addicted to this. And because this test cannot be compared with anything, and every test will be, this test excels all other tests, and you will overcome the sensual desires. When you feel like this, after that you will feel a type of happiness, and your mind will be longer time in this state. In this state, people feel sometimes sleepy or drowsy. It is called equanimity. This, when your equanimity will come, then you think it is you gain the first jhana, and you are not like common people. You have attained valuable things, most valuable things, not which cannot attained by a restless people, restless man. You may have wealth, but you may not test this because your restlessness and your unpurified mind cannot test it. After that, this, when a man goes up to the fourth jhana. First jhana means the first stage of meditation. In 8 stages, you get the perfection. And in 5th stage, 1, 2, 3, first jhana, second jhana, third jhana, fourth jhana, on the 5th jhana stage, all your suffering reduced to world-size suffering, reduced to size of a seed of a zuzubi. You know zuzubi, this is a kind of small fruit and its seed. You can compare your suffering with a mustard seed and a mountain. This is the gaining of meditation. And after that you will see that this is when you going, after leaving this meditation area, when you contact with the other things, your meditation, your rapture, your happiness may disturb. But today's you and yesterday's you will be very different, because you are not a common. You gain the first jhana, and it is very valuable. And after first jhana, you will go to second jhana. In second jhana, when you are going to second jhana, you need not to come to applied thought. From sustained thought you start. From sustained thought to equanimity is called the second jhana. And from rapture to equanimity is called the third jhana. And from happiness to equanimity is called the fourth jhana. When you are well perfected in this doing, from in the second jhana, you need not to look at the sign again. Then you abandon the sign, and from the sustained thought you are starting in the second jhana. And on the 5th stage, when you will come, then egoism will come, and you will never be, life will never be go down again. If you are in your belief, if you are to be reborn again, you will not go to the bad places. Your life will always be upward, not to the downward, because you have attained the 5th grade. If you get the 5th grade, your egoism, which consists of formation. We have 89 types of sentiment. These sentiments are working and helping to grow egoism in us. I-ness, minus. This is I, this is mine, this body is mine, and these things are mine. And this sense of possession, and this sense of possession comes from the pride. Pride also from these 89 types of formation. You know, every formation things must be liable to change, and it will be destroyed, because this is form, it is made of many components. When you feel happy, suppose you feel fresh now. This is a type of sentiment. In the morning, you leave your bed, come to the bathroom, wash your face, wash your body with soap, and you have taken good breakfast. Then you wear fine clothes, new dresses, and then you feel fresh. But to feel fresh, there are many components are doing. You put oil on your hair, spread some scents, sweet smelling scents, and you have taken good, and at that moment you have received a letter from your office, your post is upgraded. Then this freshness will come, because it is made of many components, and according to this practice, all that component things are liable to change and liable to destroy. Component things. So we have this in 89 formation. Envy is one formation. Greed is one formation. Kindness is one formation. Loving is one formation. Sometimes you feel higher than any other one. Superiority complex. Another complex is called inferiority complex. This complex, envy, greed, this sometimes you feel that, oh, I am very fresh. Sometimes you feel I am very drowsy. Already we told that these sentiments, these sentiments do not last longer, and by destroying this 89 formation, you can develop your non-egoism philosophy. This non-egoism philosophy is depend on destroying this 89 formation. So first we need to concentrate our mind by doing this art kasina, and by purifying our mind, cleansing our mind. If we cannot clean our mind, at least if we do not get first jhana, we will always be full, and we will know right thing as a wrong thing as a right. So this practice is not difficult. Again, you need some play and some silent place, and the method how to do it. After doing, you can, if you find some difficulties, you can ask through email or regular mail. And thank you for attending this meditation session. Thank you. this world, importantly needed is in our national life, is in our international life. Sound and our hearing part. Sound and our hearing part. Sound and our hearing part. In this world, importantly needed is which is the origin of the suffering in this world, importantly needed is in our national life, is in our international life. Sound and our hearing part. Sound and our hearing part. and our hearing power when comes to context, then a type of feelings comes up, which is impermanent, which is impermanent, which is impermanent, which is impermanent, which is impermanent.